I'm Jake with SendCutSend, and whether you're brand new or need a refresher, I'm here to take you through our checkout process. The first thing that you'll see on the website is the Get Started button. Go ahead and click that, and we're going to see a window in which we can drag or drop or select up to 10 different files. For this, we're going to drag and drop a step file in. The first thing we're going to see is a 3D rendering pop up. This is a great opportunity to make sure that the part that you have selected is what you're wanting to configure. And we're going to see CNC machining and sheet metal cutting also popping up. For this part, we're going to select sheet metal cutting. If you've selected a DXF as your import, you're going to see a flat pattern and a conversion check to make sure that inches or millimeters is coming through and that the dimensions match your part. From here, we're going to see the different material options that we have available, starting off with different categories. We're going to select metal. We can see the different types of metal. We're going to select aluminum, and then the different grades of aluminum. For this part being formable, we need 5052. From here, we can see the different thicknesses that are available. We're going to select 100 thousandths thick since we designed in that. And now we can see different price breakdowns, starting with quantity discounts as low as 2 parts. We can also input different custom quantities like 12 and see that price breakdown per part as well as the subtotal. Clicking next, we're going to go into our secondary operations, starting off with bending. Now bending, we can see the angles have come through automatically with our step file. We can change them here as well as the direction, but we do have 2 warnings on this part. If we select our warnings, we can see that we have a bend relief warning. This is saying that in those corners, we might see deformation for not having enough relief. If you're okay with that, you can accept that warning and move on. We also have a standard deformation warning. Since our slot in our part is so close to our bend line, we might see deformation there as well. This is another thing, if you accept it, you're just acknowledging that that is an existent part. Moving from there, if you imported a DXF, what you're going to see is a flat pattern with dotted bend lines here. You can now select those, put in the angle and the direction that you want to match your design. We can also see that we have countersinking, dimple forming, hardware insertion, and tapping. Now countersinking is grayed out because it's not available in this particular material. If we go to hardware insertion, we can see that we have a drop-down menu here where we can select each one of the holes automatically in our part or individually. If I select the top one, which is our tabbed hole here, we can select the different hardware types, studs, standoffs, nuts, or flush nuts. And we can see that all of these options are not enabled because the hardware is interfered by the geometry around it due to the thin wall that's around that hole. If I select one of the other holes that have a little bit more area around it, we can see that we're enabled to have the nut added. Selecting an 832 nut, we can see it's then added to our 3D rendering. We can change that direction by clicking up and down, just like the bends. Now that we have our holes configured, we can now move on to our next step, which is our finishing options. From here, deburring is automatically going to be selected if the part is enabled for deburring, or we can click no finish for a faster option. We do have ways in which you can color your parts, anodizing and powder coating. For this part, we can select anodizing. Clicking on red, we're going to end up seeing our part completely turn red. This is just a verification that you've added that finish. Clicking done, we can now move to add to cart. From here, we can check out as a guest or we can sign up for an account. It's very important that you actually create that account. That phone number and email is exactly how support's going to reach you if you have any issues. So let's go to the cart. Now in this, we can see our part configuration in a flat pattern. We can see all of the secondary operations that we've added. We can always go back and add more services or remove these by clicking on the black X in the corner. We can also change quantity. Changing quantity is automatically going to update our price per as well as our overall total. If you haven't already put in your address, make sure you put in your full address with your phone number and email. Click on Save Address here, and that's going to add that to your actual account at SendCutSend. And from here, at the very bottom left corner, throughout the entire process, anywhere on the website, you can open up our support area in which you can see pre-made questions, as well as message a support agent for help on anything that you need. And it's just that easy. Upload your parts and get started with SendCutSend today.